What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 5 here on Aussie Horror Theme Week. I am your host, Moodz616, and thank you once again for dropping in. Alrighty, guys, yeah, it's day 5, so that means it's Friday. I fucking love Fridays, but that's a whole different story. So I got another film here, another film I have actually never seen before, and another film that is completely blind to me. Blind bought it, didn't know anything about it. And this one was released in 2009 and is apparently inspired by real events. Now, every time I see that on a film, it always kind of gets me thinking. I'm like, you know, how close is this actually to the real story? Blah blah blah. But it just says inspired by real events. It doesn't say based on a true story. But anyways, from 2009, directed by Ursula Dombrowski, and it's called Family Demons. Yeah, so getting into the plot of this one here, it centers around your main character, Billy. She lives at home just with her mom, and her mom is an alcoholic. She's very abusive in both mentally and physical ways. So, you know, Billy's very beat down and tired and just basically had enough. Like, her mom basically won't let Billy go out into the real world because her mom figures that, you know, there's nothing but evil out there, and you know, her mom is trying to save her by keeping her trapped inside this house. But her mom doesn't really give a shit, and Billy knows that. It's very evident right from the beginning of the film that her mom is a piece of shit. Her mom is not only an alcoholic, she likes to bring home guys, you know, and fuck them, and basically not even feed Billy. You know, they don't actually say how old she is, but you can tell she's in her later teens. But yeah, her mom's, you know, brings, right at the beginning of the film, there's a scene where her mom brings home this real dirtbag looking fucking kind of hillbilly dude. And, you know, her mom kicks her out of the bed. You know, they have one bed in the house, and she's like, go sleep on the couch or go sleep in the other room kind of thing. And, you know, you get that, you know, that idea that her mom is just nasty. You know, and of course, Billy, the first thing she says to her, she's like, did you bring home any food? Did you bring home any food? Of course she didn't, you know. So, you know, this goes on. Billy is, you know, having a rough time in this house. You know, her mom even likes to chain her up so she doesn't go outside, because there's a scene right after this where, you know, Billy's had enough. There's no food in the house. She goes outside into the real world, you know, has a bad experience out there and whatnot. And her mom, of course, catches her and ties her up, or basically chains her up in this room and stuff like that. So after this goes on for a little bit, you know, Billy basically kind of snaps and, you know, kills her mom. And you do learn that, you know, this is kind of like a family. There's a lot of history in the family. Like, her mother was abused by her mother, and, you know, it's kind of passed down and stuff like that. So anyways, Billy ends up killing her mom one night and burying her in the backyard. And, you know, after that, she starts getting haunted by her mom, and she starts having these crazy visions and stuff like that. And, yeah, so that's the plot of the film right there. Now my thoughts on this one. Now, when the film first started, I was about 15 minutes into it, and I was kind of thinking to myself, I don't know if I'm going to really be digging this movie. This actually turned out to be pretty fucking good. It's very low budget. It's very well acted. That was one thing I really enjoyed about this movie. There's not too many characters in the entire film. I think there's only like 4 people that even show up in the film. But the lead, played by Billy, Cassandra Cain, she did a really excellent job. She's very believable. She's got some pretty interesting breathing going on, but you can see the terror in her eyes when her mom is, you know, terrorizing her and stuff. I really enjoyed that. The mom did a good job too, as being basically shit-faced the entire time that she was alive. But it's very atmospheric. Even though there's some very interesting atmosphere, it happens inside the house, you know, with the hauntings and, you know, other things that are going on in the house. I really enjoyed. But it's interesting. There's a scene where she's being haunted and stuff, and she's having like these crazy things going on and stuff, and then she runs outside, and it's in the daytime, and you don't even get the sense that it's in the daytime when she's in the house. But she runs out of the house and it's daytime, and then you kind of lose that, you know, you kind of get disconnected a little bit. You're like, whoa, wow, it's fucking daytime, so you kind of lose that atmosphere a little bit. But when things are happening inside the house, it's very atmospheric. I think the score was perfectly done for this movie. It's very low key. It's not overdone at all. It fits the mood of the film perfectly, and it fits the atmosphere very, very well. So, yeah, it's kind of slow paced, but it really does work. And another thing I really enjoyed about this, they didn't, like I said, they didn't overdo the score, and there's no jump scares. You know, there's none of that bullshit going on in this film. There's no, like, computer-generated images and shit like that. Basically, you know, the hauntings and stuff like that, things that you see visually are done with good editing skills and just, you know, camera techniques and stuff, which I really did enjoy and I really did respect. You know, it's a low-budget film, so you kind of, you know, you don't really know what to expect sometimes if they CG things or if they don't, but they didn't, and it really did work. You know, overall, it was really well done. It was really well done. It runs just over 80 minutes, so it kind of gets to the point quickly. The movie does have a pretty interesting twist to it. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but I really did enjoy it. And, you know, everything kind of comes full circle by the end of the film, and everything kind of ties into each other. You know, with everything that's going on throughout the film and all the little things that you learned throughout the film. Which I really respected. I thought it was good. You know, it didn't leave you hanging. It didn't leave you thinking, going, what the fuck, you know. A lot of these, you know, like Asian ghost stories and stuff like that kind of don't make sense a lot of the times. But you know, this was a really well done ghost story. And like I said, you know, the beginning of the film, I wasn't too sure, but it just got better and better throughout the movie. It's not overly gory. There is a little bit of blood in this and stuff, but it doesn't rely on that. It relies on atmosphere and acting, and you know, the progression of the story, which I really do like. And yeah, I'm just this is why I like the blind buy films, because I probably, you know, would have never, you know, if I had seen I don't know, if I'd have seen a trailer for this, I don't even know what the trailer could have done for me for this. I like going into ghost stories as completely blind, and this one really did work for me. So, I don't know if it's going to be for everybody. If you're not really into ghost stories, it probably won't work for you. You know, if you do like a good ghost story, you know, a good haunting story, whatever you want to call it, maybe give this one a shot. It's a really quick watch, and I'm sure you can find this for super cheap too. So, I don't really know what else to say. I don't want to give too much away about the film, but I do recommend this. You know, at first I was like, it seems pretty average, but it turned out to be a lot better than I ever was anticipating it. So, I'm probably going to give this one a solid, like, you know, I'm going to give it about a 7 out of 10. You know, I don't think it's definitely way above average. It's not like phenomenal or anything, but, you know, I'm just so happy that the acting was good in this film. You know, I think if the acting had been really poor, it would have really desecrated the film a lot. It's really held together by the lead, Cassandra Cain. There's a scene towards the end of right at the end of the film where she's showing some major desperation, and you really feel for her, man. And then, like, when she comes to, you know, grips of what had just happened and stuff, and it's like, holy shit, man, she's doing a really good job. So I really did respect that. As far as I know, this movie actually did win some independent awards and stuff, and was shown at film festivals and whatnot in Australia. But yeah, very cool stuff. It does give you like a little bit of explanation, you know, due to the fact that it's inspired by real events. You know, it takes place in a small city, and there was a series of like bizarre crimes and stuff that happened in this like very kind of sleepy, desolate kind of town and stuff. I really like that. There's no explanation at the end to, you know, where she is now or what's going on and stuff like that, but it's not needed. It's not needed. It's good. I really enjoyed it though. Family Demons, yeah. So for here on day 5. So far in the first 5 days, I've actually pretty much liked every film. The only film so far was Hellion that was kind of average, whatnot, but I would still loosely recommend that. But all different type of films this week. Been very cool. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Make sure you leave comments if you've seen this or you have any thoughts or whatnot and stuff. But I'll be back tomorrow with day 6. And thank you for watching, guys. Peace out.